The year 2023 saw a string of unusual firings across multiple U.S. federal agencies. Employees were let go, often with little to no explanation. Many of these dismissals involved seasoned professionals with excellent performance records. This raised concerns about possible hidden agendas. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, was particularly affected. 20 employees from the Office of Neurological and Physical Medicine Devices were dismissed. This office is responsible for investigating potentially risky medical devices, including Elon Musk's brain-computer interface. The timing of these firings, shortly after the office began investigating Musk's company, sparked speculation. The Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, also experienced a wave of firings. This occurred during a time when the agency was grappling with a multi-state bird flu epidemic. The connection between the firings and the epidemic remains unclear. However, the timing raised questions about the agency's preparedness and decision-making. Beyond the FDA and CDC, other agencies were also impacted. The Department of Transportation, the National Nuclear Security Administration, and the U.S. Forest Service all saw unexpected dismissals. The timing of these firings was curious, often coinciding with high-profile events or investigations. The FDA firings, for instance, happened shortly after the office began looking into Elon Musk's Neuralink. This led to speculation about whether the firings were intended to hinder the investigation. Similarly, the CDC firings occurred during the bird flu epidemic. This fueled concerns about the agency's ability to handle the crisis. The lack of clear explanations for these firings only amplified these concerns. The firings extended beyond these agencies. The Department of Education, the Small Business Administration, and the Department of Veterans Affairs also saw dismissals. This suggested a broader trend across the federal government. Alongside these firings, 2023 saw a series of alarming plane crashes across the United States. A Delta Connection flight crash-landed in Toronto. A mid-air collision occurred over the Potomac River. A crash in northeast Philadelphia claimed several lives. These incidents raised concerns about aviation safety. Adding to the anxiety, the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, was operating without a permanent administrator for most of the year. The previous administrator was dismissed on Inauguration Day, and no replacement had been appointed. This lack of leadership at the top of the FAA sparked criticism and raised questions about oversight. The absence of a confirmed FAA administrator left a void in leadership. This coincided with a period of increased scrutiny of the aviation industry. Critics argued that the lack of a permanent administrator contributed to a decline in safety standards. The unusual firings across federal agencies and the concerning series of plane crashes in 2023 significantly eroded public trust. The lack of transparency and clear explanations from the government fueled speculation. Many citizens began to question the competence and motivations of those in power. The events of 2023 exposed a lack of accountability within the government. The firings and the handling of the plane crashes raised questions about whether those in power were prioritizing the public good or serving other interests. The absence of clear answers only deepened the sense of unease among the public. These events highlighted the importance of a transparent and accountable government. When citizens lose faith in their institutions, it undermines the very fabric of democracy. Rebuilding trust requires clear communication, accountability, and a genuine commitment to serving the public's best interests.